Noodle.
Twigs. Typo.
My favorite part is definitely who you meet along the way.
A national symbol of freedom and bravery, and the chance to start fresh and open your mind to a whole new realm of possibilities. For those of you who don't have any clue as to what I'm talking about, the Appalachian Trail is a 2,181-mile-long footpath crossing through 14 states along the eastern region of the United States. The Appalachian Trail is the longest marked hiking-only footpath in the entire world, containing roughly 165,000 white blaze marks. Although it's pretty hard to prove, it's believed that the Appalachian mountain range is one of the oldest ranges in the entire planet, predating the North American continent. In the early years, the Appalachian Mountains were likely breathtaking peaks reminiscent of the Rocky Mountains. However, centuries upon centuries of weather and erosion have rounded off the pointy peaks to what we know and love today. Each year, about 1 million people step foot on the AT, but in actuality, only about 15,000 have ever completed a thru hike going from terminus to terminus, and in a couple years, I plan to be one of those people. Today, I'm meeting up with my uncle who's spent a good amount of time on the trail over the years, and he'll be taking me from Sunrise Mountain up to the Culver's Gap Fire Tower just about 30 miles from the Delaware Water Gap. Before heading to the trail, we decided to get a good breakfast in a hiker town somewhere in the suburbs of Pennsylvania. Having a good breakfast is always a good idea when setting out for a long day of hiking, but before we get to the trail, here's some gear that I think you should consider bringing along with you if you're leaving for a thru hike.
So here are all of the items that I think are very essential when preparing for a thru hike. So first up we have a sleeping bag, which is very self-explanatory. I personally would not go on a thru hike without one. Here is my sleeping system. A lot of people use tents, but some people prefer hammocks. I personally am one of those people who just love sleeping in hammocks. Here is the hammock itself, and then here are the straps used to support it. Here is a ditty bag. Basically what you put in a ditty bag is just water filters, toilet paper, toothbrush, stuff like that. Here is my clothes bag. Rain jacket, which, jacket for the rain. Here is a bear bag, which you put your food in this and then you hang it when you sleep. Here is kind of like a luxury food item on the trail. They're pretty, I wouldn't say they're expensive, but they're more than you would want to spend on an average meal on the trail. It's kind of cool actually. You just put water in it and kind of cold soak it until it's ready. Here we have our water bladder, and this just kind of hooks up into my bag, which is a really nice feature to have. Here's just a water bottle. Here is an outdoor journal. Something cool about this one is that you can write when the pages are wet. There's a pen. This little container I have right here, I use it when I make oatmeal on the trail or using it to like cold soak foods. Here I have a spork, a pocket knife, a lighter, chapstick, and my GoPro. And then over here I have the trail maps of the Appalachian Trail from New York to New Jersey, and it's just very nice to have maps when you're on the trail so you know when you're going the right way. Here I have my camp shoes, my headphones, charger, here are my trekking poles, and then here is my pack.
For me, starting off the trail is always one of the most exhilarating parts of the hike. There's so much uncovered ground lying ahead of you and so many unknown people that you're yet to meet that it's just so hard not to be excited. On the trail, people usually don't go by their real names. They go by made-up names by a hiker who already has one. And if you're wondering, my trail name is Beagle, and my uncle goes by Sticks. About a mile into our hike, we ran into a woman who goes by the name of Typo.
I'm doing a long section, so I'm doing Maryland to Maine.
Okay. When did you start?
It started May 21st.
Cool. So what inspired you to start hiking the AT?
I've done a lot of day hikes on the AT. My family used to go on vacation to the White Mountains and we would see through hikers, so I thought about it for a while, and this year I just kind of had the time and money, so I decided to go for it.
Okay. Do you have a trail name?
Typo.
Typo. Okay, well, it's very nice meeting you. Thank you.
You too, yeah.
In my experience on the trail, hikers have always been the nicest, most genuine people I've yet to come across, and Typo definitely fits into that category. Being a part of the hiker community has been such a life-changing journey, and I am so grateful that I've gotten to experience all that I have at such a young age. While walking down the trail about 3 miles from the fire tower, my uncle and I decided to check out an AT shelter. Shelters are spread out along the Appalachian Trail as an option for thru hikers to sleep in rather than pitching a tent or setting up a hammock for the night. Here, we met Noodle.
Where are you going, and where'd you come from?
Okay, so I started in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, and I'm going up to Maine, and then I'm gonna drive down to West Virginia and then walk to Georgia. So it's called a flip-flop.
Okay, all right. And so far, what has been your favorite part of the trail?
My favorite part is definitely who you meet along the way. The miles, it doesn't really matter. Some people are so stressed out about how many miles they walk a day, but it's really the experiences of becoming best friends with someone you met 3 hours ago. So just whoever you meet along the way.
Okay. What inspired you to go on the AT?
It's just kind of always been a dream. Growing up, I've always heard about it, but it seemed like this faraway dream that you could never possibly do.
Mm-hmm.
So this winter I went through a breakup, and I was like, I guess I'll go hiking.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Oh wait, and what is your trail name?
Oh, I'm Noodle.
After hiking for a while, it was time to stop for a break and have some lunch. Meals on the AT are never very glamorous, and a 5-star meal on the trail usually ends up being about a 1-star dining experience for most regular non-hiker folk. My lunch today consisted of some oatmeal with cashews and a Nature Valley protein bar. It's typical to eat snacks periodically throughout the day because, trust me, when the hiker hunger kicks in, you better have some snacks on hand. Most food eaten on the trail is non-perishable and dry foods that can be stored in your pack for at least 3 days without taking up that much space. While on the trail, most hikers will shoot for a high-calorie diet considering they're walking anywhere from about 15 to 30 miles a day. And finally, when getting to your destination, the views are absolutely gorgeous. It's that last trek up the mountain or the final step before getting to an amazing outlook that make the long, hard journey worth it. The Appalachian Trail community is such a special group of people, and the fact that they're all experiencing the same thing in their own kind of individual way is just so unbelievably fascinating. I have valued my time here on the Appalachian Trail, as I know I will be back someday for my thru hike from Springer Mountain all the way up to Mount Katahdin.